She kicked open my door, let her clothes fall, and said, "Try to stop me." He hunched over a table, twisting wires and adjusting conduits, trying to fix a broken energy regulator. It was a tedious job, but he liked it. Humans had a way of making even small tools work in ways no alien technology could. The night outside was quiet. Beyond the reinforced walls, the red dust of Orcs 9 stretched endlessly, dotted with the glowing domes of other human habitats. The sky was streaked with the faint trails of satellites and distant spacecraft. For a moment, Alex allowed himself to relax. Maybe tonight, he thought, he could finally get some sleep. Then, the door exploded inward with a crash that sent sparks flying across the floor. Alex leaped back, heart pounding. He almost tripped over a chair. Standing in the doorway was a figure he had never seen before. She was tall with a strong, confident stance. Her alien exosuit, something like a high-tech armor suit, lay in crumpled pieces at her feet. She threw her arms wide and said in a voice that could command attention across a battlefield, "Try to stop me." Alex blinked. For a second he thought he was hallucinating. Who was this? And what did she mean by "try to stop me"? The alien, who later introduced herself as Lyra, was clearly panicked. Her eyes darted around the room, scanning for something or someone. Then Alex noticed movement outside the door, shadows shifting against the red dust, moving too fast to be human. "They're coming," Lyra said, her voice sharp but urgent. "I need to get this data out of here before they find me." Alex's mind raced. He had no weapons, no training for alien combat, nothing. But he was human, and humans had a strange way of surviving situations that seemed impossible. He grabbed a metal rod from under the workbench. It wasn't much, but it could serve as a distraction. "Okay," he said, trying to sound braver than he felt. "Just tell me what's happening." Lyra didn't answer immediately. Instead, she pulled a small device from her belt, a cube no larger than Alex's fist. It glowed faintly, projecting a holographic map of the surrounding colony. She tapped the screen quickly. "This is the artifact," she said. "It's not dangerous by itself, but in the wrong hands, it can control the planet's energy grid. If the drones get it, Orcs 9 could be destroyed in minutes." Alex's eyes widened. Energy regulators, protective shields, even the entire colony, his work, his home, could all be wiped out. And here she was asking him to help. He took a deep breath. Humans were good at one thing above all, thinking under pressure. "All right," he said, "show me what you need." Lyra's eyes softened for the briefest moment, a mix of relief and surprise. "You're brave, I like that, but we need to move now." Outside, the shadows grew into shapes. The drones were here, sleek, mechanical, almost snake-like, their sensors glowing red. They moved silently but quickly, scanning the colony with deadly precision. Alex acted fast. He dashed to the wall panels, yanking wires free and connecting circuits in ways he had never tried before. Sparks flew, alarms blared, but the room's energy surged. He had turned his workshop into a trap. Lyra raised an eyebrow, impressed. "You humans always turning nothing into something, I like it." The first drone entered the habitat, its metallic limbs clicking. It paused, scanning the room. Then Alex hit a switch. The floor panels hummed and lit up, sending a small electric pulse toward the drone. It staggered, giving Lyra just enough time to grab the cube and leap over the table. "Follow me," she shouted, running toward a narrow maintenance hatch. Alex scrambled after her, rolling over the edge just in time to avoid another shock from the floor. They dropped into the crawlspace beneath the habitat. It was dark, cramped, and full of pipes, but it was safe for now. Alex's heart pounded in his chest. This was nothing like any safety drill he had trained for. Lyra crouched beside him. "You humans fight differently than we do. You use your brains, you improvise, that's why I chose to come here." Alex swallowed. "Improvise? I'm barely keeping up." Lyra smiled faintly. "You're doing fine, better than fine. You're doing what humans do best, thinking when others panic." The crawlspace led to a service tunnel that ran between the colony's habitats. They moved quickly, trying to stay out of the drone's sight. Alex could hear the mechanical whirring and scanning pulses behind them. Every second counted. "You need to know something," Lyra said. "This artifact isn't just important for Orlia 9. My species, my government, would consider it lost if it falls into drone hands." "I'm on the run, yes, but I can't do this alone. I need humans," Alex nodded. Humans had always been underestimated by alien species. Physically weaker, slower, smaller, but unpredictable, bold, creative, dangerous in ways others never expected. He found himself smiling. "Then we're a team." Lyra raised an eyebrow. "A human-alien team, bold, I like it." They reached a junction. One tunnel led deeper into the colony, another toward the old launch bay, a place abandoned decades ago but still functional in emergencies. Alex had an idea. He pointed. "If we can reach the launch bay, I can rig one of the transport drones to get us out. The old ones don't have advanced sensors. We could sneak out." Lyra studied him for a long moment. Then she nodded. "You might just be crazy enough to succeed. Let's go." The journey was tense. Every corner could hide a drone. Every shadow could be their last. But Alex kept thinking, improvising traps and distractions as they went. He triggered small vents to blow dust in the drone's sensors, disconnected power panels to create dark zones, and even used reflective metal sheets to blind them temporarily. By the time they reached the launch bay, both were exhausted but alive. The old transport drones sat quietly in their docking bays, coated in dust but intact. Alex ran over to the control panel, hands shaking but moving with purpose. He bypassed security locks and powered up a drone, routing its controls through the colony's emergency override system. Lyra helped guide him, pointing out the fastest exit paths. "You humans are clever," she said again. "I think I'm beginning to understand why others fear you, even when you don't carry weapons." Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans had survived countless challenges, from primitive times to interstellar expansion. And now, here he was, using nothing but brains and courage to fight advanced alien technology. The drones reached the launch bay just as the transport drone powered up. Their sensors glowed red in the dim light, but Alex had one last trick. He activated the airlocks in sequence, creating a blast of wind and dust that knocked the drones back. Lyra leaped into the drone, holding the cube safely. Alex followed, sealing the hatch behind him. The drone lifted off just as the drones recovered, their red lights scanning the empty bay in frustration. For a moment there was silence. Then Lyra exhaled, smiling broadly. "Humans, you never fail to surprise me." Alex laughed, adrenaline still pumping. "And you aliens never fail to crash through doors dramatically," he said. Lyra tilted her head. "Sometimes drama is necessary." Alex smiled, feeling the spark of adventure. The night was far from over. They were still being hunted and the artifact was still in danger. But for the first time, he realized humans had something the galaxy often underestimated: courage, creativity, and the will to survive no matter the odds. As the transport drone shot into the night sky above Orlia 9, Alex looked out at the endless red landscape below. He felt alive, and he knew one thing for certain: humans could face anything, even the most terrifying aliens, and come out on top. Lyra glanced at him, holding the cube. "Tomorrow," she said, "we plan. Tonight we survive, thanks to humans." Alex nodded. "No, thanks to both of us. Teamwork, that's how humans win." And as the stars streaked past the window of the drone, Alex knew that the galaxy was about to see just how unpredictably dangerous and brilliantly clever humans could be. The transport drone hummed steadily as it cut through the dark sky above Orlia 9. Inside, Alex and Lyra sat in tense silence. The red dust of the planet was fading below them, replaced by the endless black of space, dotted with distant stars. Both of them knew this was only the beginning. The drones that had chased them were relentless and smarter than most humans could imagine. Lyra held the cube tightly, her glowing eyes fixed on the control panel in front of her. "This artifact is more than it looks," she said. "It can control energy grids even on a planetary scale. If it falls into the wrong hands, entire colonies could be destroyed." Alex nodded. His fingers hovered over the controls. "And you trust me to help?" Lyra gave a small, sharp smile. "You humans are clever, you improvise. You see solutions where others see danger, that's why you're still alive." Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans were often underestimated. Smaller, slower, weaker physically, but daring, bold, creative, dangerous in ways aliens didn't expect. Suddenly, alarms blared on the drone's console. Red lights flashed. The mechanical hum of the transport was interrupted by another signal. The drones were tracking them through the planet's outer atmosphere. Alex's heart raced. "They're still on our tail," he shouted. Lyra's eyes narrowed. "They can't follow us far into the asteroid belt. If we can reach the neutral station at Theta 7, we might have a chance to lose them." Alex gritted his teeth. "Then we better make it there." The next few hours were tense. The transport drone was designed for short-range human cargo, not evasive maneuvers against hostile drones. Alex had to think fast. He used every trick he knew, redirecting energy flows to increase engine output, rerouting controls through the emergency system, and even adjusting the gravity field within the drone to make sudden spins more stable. Lyra watched him with growing admiration. "Humans always finding ways to make ordinary tools extraordinary," Alex smirked. "We call it survival instinct." The first drone appeared on the drone's sensors, a sleek metallic shape weaving through the stars. It fired a scanning pulse, sending Alex and Lyra's transport into momentary turbulence. Sparks flew from the panels, but Alex stayed calm. "Hold on," he shouted, pulling a lever that diverted energy to the shields. The pulse bounced off, but not before a small panel exploded in a shower of sparks. Lyra ducked instinctively. "You're lucky," she said, brushing off the sparks. "Most humans would panic." Alex only grinned. "Most humans aren't me." They raced through the asteroid belt. Rocks of all sizes threatened to smash the drone if they miscalculated even slightly. Alex used his knowledge of physics, honed from years of engineering, to guide them. He manipulated the drone's thrusters, letting gravity assist from larger asteroids fling them in new directions, maneuvering the pursuing drones. Lyra laughed in disbelief. "No alien could have done that. You humans are unpredictable." Alex felt a rush of satisfaction. Humans might not be the strongest, but ingenuity and courage, HFY qualities, made them nearly unstoppable. Hours passed. The drone's hull bore minor scratches, but they were still intact. The Theta 7 station came into view, a massive ring-shaped hub orbiting a neutral planet. Lights blinked in welcoming patterns. Alex maneuvered the drone toward a docking bay. "Wait," Lyra said, scanning the area. "The drones aren't far behind. We need a plan to get inside without them detecting us." Alex thought fast. "We can use the old maintenance tunnel. It connects to the back of the station. It's not monitored anymore. If we go through there, we can sneak the cube inside and find help." Lyra's eyes lit up. "A human plan, clever and bold. I like it." They exited the transport drone and approached the maintenance tunnel. The entrance was small, barely large enough for them to squeeze through, but it led deep into the station. Alex could feel the adrenaline pumping through his veins. Every step mattered. Every sound could be their last. Inside the tunnel, Lyra explained more about the artifact. "It wasn't designed to be stolen," she said. "It contains an energy matrix capable of controlling multiple planets' power grids. My species kept it secure for centuries. If the drones get it, they could manipulate planets into submission or destruction." Alex's mind raced. He had grown up reading about humans surviving against impossible odds, and now he was living it. Then we have to make sure it never leaves this station alive, he said firmly. Lyra smiled, impressed. You humans, you're braver than you look, and cleverer than most aliens give you credit for. The tunnel opened into a storage area. Old cargo crates were stacked high, giving them places to hide. Alex peered out a small viewport. The drones had followed, hovering outside the station, scanning every exit. They were relentless. We need a distraction, Alex said. Something to pull them away from the docking bay. Lyra nodded. I have an idea, but you'll need to do most of the work. Alex grinned. Humans thrived under pressure. He quickly rigged some of the cargo crates with small energy charges from his toolkit. When activated, they would emit a bright pulse, temporarily blinding the drone's sensors. Ready? He asked. Lyra nodded. Do it. Alex pressed the switch. A sudden flash lit up the storage area, sending drones in a panic. They whirred and spun, trying to recalibrate their sensors. Alex and Lyra slipped through the shadows, moving toward the docking bay where they could secure the artifact inside the station. Inside the station, humans and neutral aliens alike had gathered. Security drones scanned the corridors, ensuring nothing unexpected entered. Alex used his knowledge of human engineering to bypass several of the security gates, rerouting energy flows to unlock doors silently. Lyra was amazed. You humans, your creativity is astounding. I've never seen anything like it. Alex chuckled. Just one of our survival skills, improvisation. They reached the main vault where the artifact needed to be stored temporarily. Alex quickly interfaced with the station's control panel, bypassing security protocols and stabilizing the artifact's containment field. The cube glowed softly, safe for now. Good, Lyra said. But we're not safe yet. The drones will not give up easily. They will try again. Alex nodded. Humans never gave up either. He studied the station's schematics, plotting potential traps for the drones. We can use the station itself against them, he said. Gravity traps, energy fields, even the waste tunnels. We can turn the environment into a maze they can't navigate. Lyra's eyes shone with admiration. Bold, brilliant. You humans fight not just with strength but with minds. Hours later, the drones launched a coordinated attack on the station. They fired energy pulses, attempting to breach the docking bay. Alex and Lyra worked together seamlessly. He triggered energy barriers and traps at just the right moments, while she coordinated defensive maneuvers, using her alien agility and strength. The drones fell into every trap Alex had set. They stumbled through false corridors, collided with walls, and were caught in gravity nets. Lyra maneuvered around the battlefield, moving swiftly and precisely, securing the station. Humans are remarkable, Lyra said, panting slightly. I've never seen such quick thinking in action. Alex smiled, exhausted but proud. We survive. That's what humans do. By the time the drones were neutralized, the station was secure. Alex and Lyra stood together, looking at the now-safe artifact. It pulsed softly in Lyra's hands. You saved the artifact. You saved lives. Humans are impressive, Lyra said. Alex shrugged. Just doing what humans do best. Think, improvise, survive. Lyra laughed, a sound that carried relief and admiration. I underestimated your kind. I won't make that mistake again. Humans, you are unpredictable, bold, and clever, and I like that, Alex grinned. Humans are built to adapt. You'll see more of it. For the first time, Lyra seemed to relax. She had trusted a human, relied on one in life-or-death situations, and survived. She understood something about humans she had never appreciated before, their courage, ingenuity, and resourcefulness. Alex looked out at the stars. The galaxy was dangerous, full of unknowns, but humans, he thought, could face anything and come out stronger. Lyra tapped the cube, initiating a secure lock. Tomorrow we plan the next step, she said. Tonight we rest. Humans, you have earned my respect. Alex leaned back, exhausted but elated. Humans had survived impossible odds countless times. Tonight was no different. And for the first time he realized, humans weren't just surviving in the galaxy, they were thriving. As the station's lights glowed softly around them, Alex felt a new confidence. The galaxy was vast and full of threats, but humans had something no one could underestimate: their minds, their courage, and their will to survive. And with Lyra as an ally, the next challenge would only show the galaxy what humans were truly capable of. The neutral station at Theta 7 hummed with quiet energy as Alex walked down the long corridor, the cube glowing softly in Lyra's hands. Outside, stars glittered against the endless blackness of space. For the first time since the chase began, Alex allowed himself a brief moment to breathe. They had survived Aurelia 9, outsmarted the drones, and secured the artifact, but he knew the mission was far from over. Lyra walked beside him, her sharp alien eyes scanning every corner. "The drones are persistent," she said. "They will not give up easily, and the galaxy is full of those who would kill for this artifact." Alex nodded. Humans thrived on challenges. Dangerous situations didn't scare them, they inspired them. And he knew that if anyone could protect this artifact, it was a human mind in combination with Lyra's alien skill. "We need a plan," Alex said, walking toward the main control room of the station. "We can't just sit here and wait for them to attack again." Lyra smiled faintly. "I like that attitude. Humans fight with brains, not just brawn. Let's see how clever you can be." Step 1. Analyzing the threat. Alex began scanning the station's security systems. The drones outside were sophisticated, capable of bypassing standard protocols, but Alex noticed a pattern. Their sensors operated in predictable pulses, with microgaps between each scan. "If we time it right," he said, "we can move the artifact and set traps without them noticing." Lyra raised an eyebrow. "You mean you can beat machines with timing alone?" "Not just timing," Alex replied. "Creativity, and humans are good at improvising." Over the next hour, Alex rerouted energy channels, created decoy signals, and modified the station's internal sensors to make it appear as though the artifact remained in the vault. He even rigged emergency doors to close automatically when the drones approached, effectively creating trap zones. Lyra watched in awe. "I've seen advanced alien fleets fail to anticipate basic human tactics. And yet here you are, using nothing but logic, timing, and some wires to make a perfect defense." Alex smiled. "Humans have always been underestimated. That's our advantage." Step 2. The drones attack again. No sooner had they finished preparing than alarms blared. The drones had returned, faster this time and with more numbers. Red lights flashed as they approached the station. Lyra clenched the artifact to her chest. "They're more aggressive than I expected." Alex grinned. "Good. That means they'll follow patterns, and patterns are weaknesses humans can exploit." The first drone entered the outer docking bay. Alex triggered a gravity pulse trap, sending it tumbling into a wall. Another drone triggered a laser misalignment trap, frying its sensors. Lyra darted through the corridors with incredible speed, guiding the artifact along safe paths, while Alex monitored the traps and activated additional barriers. The drones adapted quickly, but humans are unpredictable. Alex anticipated their reactions and triggered decoy signals, leading several drones into energy nets he had woven throughout the station. Sparks and red light flashed as the nets trapped and disabled the machines. Lyra shook her head, impressed. "Humans fight with minds sharper than most weapons. You've turned this station into a fortress." Alex shrugged, focused on the task. "I just think. Humans survive by thinking." Step 3. Using the station itself as a weapon. Alex's plan went further. He knew the station had a maintenance core, a network of conduits and conduits filled with raw energy. By rerouting the energy into the tunnels and corridors the drones were attacking from, he could create temporary shockwaves, giving Lyra safe passages. "Follow me," he shouted, pulling levers that caused the corridors to vibrate and emit pulses of energy. The drones, unprepared for such improvisation, scattered. Lyra sprinted down a side corridor, the cube glowing in her hands, and reached the central hub. Alex grinned. This is what humans do best, turn the environment into an ally. Lyra looked at him, admiration clear in her eyes. Unbelievable. I've fought with entire fleets and they never thought this way. You humans are extraordinary. Step 4. The final confrontation. The largest drone appeared next, a massive war machine, sleek and deadly. Its sensors scanned the station, calculating every move. Alex could feel his heart racing, but he was calm. He had one more trick. "Lyra," he said, "I need you to lure it into the corridor I just prepared. It will look like a straight path, but it's actually a trap." Lyra nodded. She ran, moving swiftly as the massive drone pursued her, its mechanical limbs clicking ominously. Alex activated a series of energy barriers, forcing the drone to follow the exact path he wanted. As it entered the trap corridor, Alex triggered the final mechanism, an electromagnetic pulse combined with a gravitational surge. The drone staggered, its systems overloaded. Sparks flew as it crashed against the walls, immobilized. Lyra exhaled, holding the cube safely. "You humans, I never imagined," Alex smiled, wiping sweat from his forehead. "Never underestimate humans. We survive, we improvise, we win." Step 5. Securing the artifact. With the drones neutralized, Alex and Lyra secured the artifact in a reinforced containment field at the station's central hub. The field pulsed softly, stabilized and protected by Alex's human ingenuity and the station's alien technology. Lyra examined him, her eyes reflecting a mixture of respect and amazement. "You saved the artifact, you saved lives, and you outsmarted a superior force. Humans, you truly are remarkable," Alex shrugged. "We do what we must, and we never give up. That's humans," Lyra smiled. "You've proven something important not just to me, but to the galaxy. Humans are clever, resourceful, and brave beyond measure. I think the galaxy will never underestimate you again." Step 6. Forming the alliance. After the chaos, Lyra and Alex debriefed at the station's observation deck. Stars stretched endlessly before them, planets and moons glittering like jewels. "I have a proposal," Lyra said. "I will form an alliance between my species and humans. Together, we can protect the galaxy from threats like those drones. And you," she pointed at Alex, "you are a perfect example of why humans are worth trusting." Alex felt a sense of pride. Humans had survived impossible odds countless times. Their courage, creativity, and ingenuity had turned the tide once again. "We'll work together," he said firmly. "Humans fight with brains, heart, and courage, and we don't back down." Lyra laughed softly. "Then I look forward to the future. Humans, you are unpredictable and brilliant." Step 7. Reflection. An HFY moment later, Alex stood by the observation window, watching the stars. The artifact was safe, Lyra was a trusted ally, and the station had survived the drone's attack. He thought about everything that had happened: the danger, the chase, the traps, the final showdown. Humans might not be the strongest physically, and they might be smaller and slower than some alien species. But no one could match their courage, their quick thinking, and their creativity. Lyra approached, holding a cup of hot nutrient drink. "You humans are remarkable," she said again, smiling. Alex laughed. "We just survive. That's all humans ever do. And when the odds are against us, we find a way." The stars stretched infinitely before them. The galaxy was full of danger, unknowns, and powerful enemies. But humans, bold, clever, daring humans, were ready for whatever came next. And Alex knew with confidence that humans could face anything and thrive. Lyra nodded beside him. "Tomorrow we plan the next step, but tonight humans win." Alex smiled. Humans always found a way, always adapted, always survived. And in that moment he felt proud, not just of himself but of all humanity. The galaxy was vast, but humans were ready.